Right now, the community is coming together to remember George Floyd 5 years after his murder. Today, a moment of silence at 38th in Chicago, led by Floyd's family, as friends and neighbors laid yellow roses there for peace. Thanks for joining us this evening. I'm Lauren Lemanchek. In the last 3 hours, a new documentary premiered at a local middle school, showing the change that's happened over the last 5 years and new opportunities for growth. Here's Joe McCoy.
Yeah, Lauren, this documentary titled 612, Darkness in the Land of Nice showcases the local voices that continue to make lasting change in the Twin Cities following George Floyd's murder. It also highlights how many young people led the charge.
Free all!
After the world saw former Minneapolis police officer Derek Chauvin murder George Floyd, a new generation took change into their own hands.
Inspire and support young people. They have the answers.
Tonight, that movement of change was unveiled at Justice Page Middle School in a new documentary called 612, Darkness in the Land of Nice.
From protest to purpose.
Directed and produced by Ziam Van Groth.
This process has been the work of more than 50 real filmmakers from around the world.
They weren't waiting for permission. They made the blueprint themselves.
The film captures how local young people had the courage and conviction to seek justice and refuse to accept the status quo.
The youth were outraged, and they should have been.
Throughout the 40-minute documentary, locally grown initiatives such as the Rondo Land Bridge Project in St. Paul, led by Marvin Anderson, and the V3 Sports Community Center in North Minneapolis showcase how the spirit of transformation took over the Twin Cities.
It's an example of what good can come out of a tragic situation.
Former Minnesota Supreme Court Justice and Minnesota Vikings legend Alan Page says it's an honor to have the film debut at the school named after him, where many of the students who attend live in neighborhoods near where George Floyd was killed.
At the end of the day, it's about people and about community, and communities coming together to make the future better for all of us.
The documentary will be shown at film festivals across the country with the hope of it being picked up by a streaming service down the road. Lauren.
Yeah, 5 years later, it's just fascinating to see how many different segments of the community are measuring progress now.
Yeah, and that's absolutely correct. And you see there's 4 examples in the documentary showing that progress. And you know, the producer of the film, he wanted to show that there was some positive that came out of such a tragic situation. But of course, there's so much positive change that still needs to continue from it.
All right, Joe, thank you. Well, George Floyd Day of Remembrance events run through Sunday. You can watch coverage of those on our newscasts and on the KARE 11 Plus app for your TV. Janice Shortle will also host a half-hour special reflecting on the 5 years that have passed since George Floyd's death. That's at 6:30 Monday night.